Hey everyone, Garrett here with Inclusive Imagination, and let's do a run through of Apprentice ICG, a little rule, how to play explainer. Let's do it, but first let's start with the box. This is our box. Inside our box is 4 different classes: Ember, Forest, Glacier, and Spirit, and also our Print and Braille Dark Glitter D12. Ooh, so pretty. And then inside the box are tuck boxes. So every deck has the same cards. They'll have the same values, but they're just differently skinned. Ember has like a fire theme. Forest has a forest floor, rainforest theme. Glacier has an ice theme. And Spirit has like a spacey kind of fun theme, if you will. And so those are our 4 classes that you can choose, because this is our elemental card battler built for everyone. So thus we have elements. Woohoo! All right, so let's open up 2 of these and start with our 2-player variation. Right, before we get into our gameplay, let's kind of go over the cards that you'll find in each of these fun little tuck boxes. And of course, on the back of every tuck box is the text directions on how to play, with a link to this video. Woohoo! All right, so we each class has 2 of each card. We have a Forest Apprentice with power level 1 and keyword enchant. Our next card is our Knight card. So with every different class, the adjective will change, but the noun will stay the same. So everybody has a Knight, everybody has an Apprentice, an ally, and so on and so forth. So this is the Knight card. It has 2 power, and its keyword is Smite, and we'll go over our keywords very soon. This is Forest Ally, has the keyword Rally with 3 power. This is Canopy Rogue with 4 power and the keyword Chance. Elm Ranger, 5 power. Wood Sage, 6 power. Timber Fae, 7 power. Blossom Troll, 8 power. Mossy Rock, 9 power. Leaf Giant, 10 power. Forest Dragon, 11 power. Flurry and Tempest are 2 what I call spell cards, because they have the enchant keyword and a question mark for their power. And then Ivy Shroud and Druid Staff are what I call artifacts, because they also have a question mark in the power, but they have 2 keywords, Rally and Enchant. And so those are the different cards you'll find in each of our tuck boxes. Yay. Alrighty, so here are all of our keywords. Our first one here is enchant, from a spell card that has a question mark in the symbol. This means you would roll the d12 to resolve that question mark. So you'd roll the d12 and then, oh man, so this flurry is worth 1 power. Too bad. All right, and check this one out. So all the apprentices have 1 power baseline basically, but they also have enchant. So you'd roll the d12 and have it increase in power. So this Forest Apprentice would have 1 plus 9 power, because I rolled a 9 on the d12. So that's a total of 10 power. Ooh, fun. Okay, so every Knight card has the keyword Smite, and that means it automatically defeats the other person's dragon. All of our ally cards have the keyword Rally, which means you could bring a 2nd card into each skirmish or battle. Next, our rogue cards have the chance keyword, which is a lot of fun. That means you choose a single number on the d12 and you have 2 chances to roll it. And if you do roll it, you win no matter the power indifference. So I think Canopy Rogue is going to roll a 7. That's a 9. And I'm gonna get 1 more chance. And that's a 3. I did not win that chance. And lastly, we have our artifact cards that have Rally and Enchant. So in this case, you would bring a 2nd card or another card into the battle, and then you would enchant it. So it's kind of a super powerful card because it's an artifact. And those are our keywords. All right, so let's play enchant. So I'm gonna play 2 different players. And so we start by drawing 2 cards face up, but make sure you don't show each other, obviously. So Forest class is going to draw a Timber Fae and a Blossom Troll. And Spirit is going to draw a Spirit Apprentice and a Moon Rogue with chance. How cool. Okay. And so whoever, we start the game by rolling the d12, and whoever rolls the highest goes second, or whoever rolls the lowest goes first, because it's always an advantage to react to an opponent's roll. So I'm going to roll for Forest. They rolled a 5. I'm going to roll for Spirit. They rolled a 3, so Spirit would lead. And so obviously they don't know each other's cards, and so Spirit's going to play a Spirit Apprentice for their battle. And then since Forest doesn't really know, and these are similar in power, let's just go with an 8, because we know Enchant can do something really big. So they see that. We always place our cards down first, and then we roll, and we know that we have an Enchant here, so we need to roll the d12 to add power to this Apprentice. So we're gonna roll the die. It is a 9. So 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 beats an 8. So Spirit would win that skirmish or battle, and they would put these cards into their discard, and whoever has the most cards in their discard wins. All right, so they are gonna keep drawing a second card. We always wanna keep 2 cards in our hand. And so now that Spirit won, they are going to start. So if you won that last battle, you start, and it's kind of our catch-up mechanic to help everybody, all the losers out. So here we go. Spirit's gonna play Sky Crown, and oh my gosh, it's the same thing. So that was awesome. Forest is gonna play Blossom Troll. So Sky Crown needs to, both of these players needed to keep 2 in their hand, which I didn't do that first round. And so they see Sky Crown, this is have a Celestial Troll, so this might be an auto win here because they're going to rally a second card to the battle. They're going to rally the Celestial Troll. And so they have 8 versus 8, which is a tie, but also this artifact has the keyword enchant. So we're going to enchant this Celestial Troll for 3 power. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 beats an 8. We're going to make sure we always have 2 cards in our hand. Let's keep battling. Okay, Spirit won, so they're going to start. Spirit's going to play Supernova. And Force really wants to win, so they're going to play their 9 power card, and they're both going to keep 2 in their hand. So they got to go through these 2, and then this is active right now. So we laid all our cards first. Mossy Rock is a 9 power card. Supernova has the enchant keyword, so Spirit needs to roll. They rolled a 9. Yay! Okay, how fun is this? Okay, so they are tied, and so we they will keep these cards for the next battle, and whoever wins the next battle gets these 2 bonus cards. Pretty sweet. And so since we know they're going to get bonus cards, these guys really want to win. So Spirit was going to lead because they led off first with that card with our Supernova. So they're going to play Spirit Apprentice, and Force is going to play their other Mossy Rock. They're going to make sure that they keep 2 in their hand. And so we have 9 versus 1, but that 1 has an enchant. So let's see what they can do. We have 1 plus 10 is 11. So 11 beats the 9. Spirit wins yet again. All right, so Spirit's going to lead. They want to take a chance. They're going to play their Moon Rogue. Force is tired of losing. They're going to play their Forest Giant. And so Leaf Giant is going to win unless Spirit here can guess the number for chance. Spirit thinks they're going to roll a 5. So they have 2 chances to roll a 5. A 1 and a 10, not a 5. So Force indeed would win. And that is our 2-player variation for Apprentice ICG. Keep working through it. If there's rally cards, you keep adding more to your battlefield. And if you wanted to, you could even chain rallies if you want. And there's a special rule in the written rules also about a rally that you can check out, but this is our base game. And this is it. And then if somebody played a dragon, you played a knight, the smite would automatically defeat the dragon. So it's always a good reminder to read up on your keywords. Okay, let's do a quick explainer on the differences with the 3-player variation. Obviously, players start the same. They would each have 2 cards in their hand at all times. They would all roll the d12. Whoever rolls the lowest would go first, and you can go counterclockwise or clockwise from there. Make sure it's consistent. But there's sometimes some weird, not really weird, but some interactions that need some more rules. And so here's one of those examples. We have a Frozen Ranger with 5 power, a Spirit Dragon with 11 power, and a Terra Knight with Smite with 2 power. So you think, wait, Frozen Ranger beats the Terra Knight, but Terra Knight beats the Spirit Dragon, but Spirit Dragon beats the Frozen Ranger. What do we do? So one of the big rules about Apprentice ICG is that keywords are always matter and are always more powerful. So in this case, if Forest played last, they would still win. And if they played it first, you probably shouldn't have played the dragon. Maybe you have 2 and you had to. So whoever has the keyword to defeat the highest power wins. And so let's play a variation on that. Maybe instead of Terra Knight, Forest played a Campy Rogue with the keyword Chance. And so Chance always wins. And so for say, if Frozen Ranger were a knight, you'd be like, what do we do? Knight always beats dragon. However, chance is our highest keyword, and that's in our rule book. So chance always wins out against everything because it is super fun. So chance is our highest power keyword. Smite always wins, and then everything else will have the highest power in the battle wins per class. Easy. Alrighty, let's go with our 4-player variation. So this is a fun one. This is a team battler, is what I like to call it. And so I have Spirit and Glacier on a team, and Forest and Ember on the other team. And so in this one, you take turns playing. It's still 1v1 heads up. However, your partner completes every rally for you. And then that kind of switches up the order of who you're playing against too. So say it's Forest versus Glacier right now. Glacier plays a rally card, and Leaf Giant is played by Forest. Obviously, each player has 2 in their hand. And so we know that Glacier has a rally card, and we know that Spirit has to finish that rally. And so they rally a dragon. This 14 beats the 10, and that team gets to keep all 3 of these cards in their together discard pile. And since Spirit was the last one who played that Spirit Dragon, Glacier gets to play next. So it's going to be Glacier versus Ember now. So we have Ice Giant versus Brilliant Knight, and so Ice Giant would win. And they would put this in their little part, in their discard pile. And then we have Forest versus Spirit. Obviously, they're choosing from 2 cards in their hand. And oh no, Spirit Dragon played, and so Terra Knight's going to beat that. And then whoever's team won, that team's obviously going to start same rules as our core rulebook for the 2 players. And that is our 4-player variation. Yay.